didn't even know I had that set.
Can you please do that?
I'm going to call this meeting to order, the January 8th, 2024 annual reorganization meeting. Notice of this meeting were forwarded to the Inquirer, Courier Post, Clerk of the Township, and the district website, and members of the Board of Education posted on the Board of Education offices at 17 Ariel Road, Glenheim, New Jersey. Please note that this board meeting may be audio and video taped. Stand for flag salute.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 1.2, the election results, the results of the annual school election. Elected to the board is Mary Jo Dentino, Susan Galnick, and Mary Ann Johnson. That was notified by the Camden County election clerk after the election. And at this time, I'm going to ask our solicitor to swear in our new members.
Join me in the front, please. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a Yankees fan.
This is for you. You read along. He's going to read it out.
And you're like devastated over that right now.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. If you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Suzanne Gallivan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Suzanne Gallivan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of
for the office of
member of a Board of Education,
member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and I'm not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to law,
pursuant to law,
nor disqualified
nor disqualified
due to conviction of
due to conviction
a
of
crime or offense
a crime or offense
listed in law,
listed in law,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So
ability.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I read wine after his, and then Marianne finished it, and it wasn't even something Danny said.
Very excited.
You two should be pros at this.
Fourth for both of you.
I was going ahead.
So each one of those oaths has to be signed and returned to me. And then the solicitor, as I guess a notary public, will sign behind you. So thank you very much. You don't have to do it now. I'll get it at the end of the meeting. It's fine. Roll call. Mary Jo Dentino.
Present.
Mrs. Fritz.
Here.
Mrs. Galnick.
Here.
Mr. Gibbons.
Here.
Mrs. Gilch.
Here.
Ms. Gore.
Present.
Mrs. Johnson.
Here.
Mr. Marks.
Here.
Ms. O'Donnell.
Here.
We have a quorum. Before I begin on 1.4, I'm going to announce that if there's more than one motion for president, we will call in the order that they're received. So if there's more than one president, in the order I receive them is how we'll call on the vote. So nominations to election of board president. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Either or.
Is there a motion for board president?
I nominate Anthony Marks.
I'll second.
Who seconded that?
Kia.
Are there any other nominations for board president? Hearing none, can I have a motion to close nominations for board president?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion to close, Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
This is just to close. Ms. Fritz?
Yes.
Ms. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Ms. Gilch?
Yes.
Ms. Gore?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell? Now, this is the vote on the actual board president. Election of Anthony Marks, board president. I already have a motion and a second. Roll call, Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Ms. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
I'm going to abstain.
Mrs. Gilch?
Yes.
Ms. Gore?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donnell?
Yes.
I will turn the gavel over to Mr. Marks. He is board president.
Sir?
But there you go.
Oh, I got a couple. Danny helped me out. Before we move forward, I'd like to thank a couple people. I would like to thank the Board of Education for the support. I'm looking forward to a positive year with all of us working together in the best interest of our staff, community, and most importantly, our children. Again, I thank everybody. I wish my wife could have came tonight, but she couldn't. She had some things going on. You can't do this without support of your family, and that's big on me. Without my wife giving me the support, I wouldn't be able to do this and give the time that I give. So I wish she was here to hear it. Don't tell her I thanked her in public, and don't play that video, Steve. But I wanted to give her a thank you. So with that done, nobody say what I just said to her, please. At this point, may I have a motion to open the floor for nominations for vice president?
So moved.
I will second that.
Second, open the floor.
Open for VP.
Was there a second? Was there a second?
Anthony.
Marion and Anthony.
Do we have any other further down?
Nobody nominated.
We have a roll call for the motion, please.
Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
Ms. Fritz?
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Ms. Ms. Gilch? Ms. Gore?
I see Jay.
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell?
Yes.
At this time, I have nominations for vice president of the board, please.
I nominate Mary Jo Dentino.
I second that.
Do I have any other nominations? I have none. May I have a motion to close?
So moved. Second.
Want me to roll call that?
Roll call that, please.
Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilch?
No.
This is the closed nomination.
To close, yes.
Mrs. Gore?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes. At this time, may I have a roll call for Ms. Dentino for vice president, please?
Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
I'm going to abstain.
Mrs. Gilch?
No.
Mrs. Gore?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll move on. May I have a motion to move forward with the Board of Education, Gloucester Township, Camden, County of Camden, and the State of New Jersey School Board Delegate.
So moved.
Second.
Who was first, second?
I was first.
Jen and Mary Jo and
Mary Ann.
May I have nominations for the county state delegate? I would like to nominate Linda Gilch.
I second that.
Do we have any other nominations? I see, I have none. May I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
Just need an all in favor.
All right, all in favor, please?
Aye.
May we have a roll call on that, please?
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
I'm going to abstain.
Mrs. Gilch,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Yes.
Ms. Dentino,
No.
Mr. Marks.
Yes. May I have a motion for the Township of Gloucester, Camden County, State of New Jersey Board of Education designee, I'm on the wrong one. There, School Board Executive Committee. May I have a motion for that, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yeah,
You're all in favor, right?
yeah, all in favor for that one.
Right. May I have an all in favor, please?
Aye.
What am I missing, Dan?
You just need somebody to get nominated.
We're getting there.
All right.
So may I have nominations for that, please? That is the Camden County
Second there.
Social Services, right?
Oh, this is Camden County
The
Ed
school,
Services?
Camden County
No.
School, no, it's Camden County School Board.
The executive, okay.
Executive Committee of School Board. County School Board.
Was that
County
last
one?
year?
Is this the county one?
Yes.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, that's fine.
We did that last year.
I will nominate Mary Jo Dentino.
Second.
It's executive committee member, right? I have any other nominations? May I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
I'm going to abstain.
Mrs. Gilch,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Yes.
Ms. Dentino,
Yes.
Mr. Marks.
Yes. May I have a motion and a second for the Board of Education, State of New Jersey Special Services Commission member, please?
So moved.
Second.
If no one else wants it, I'd like my name put in there, please.
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Mrs. Johnson.
I'll second that. Do we have any other nominations? May I have a motion to close, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
Abstain.
Ms. Gilch,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Yes.
Ms. Dentino,
Yes.
Mr. Marks.
Yes. We're going to move on to consent number 1. Can I have a motion and a second to reaffirm and adopt our current policies upon revision?
I think are we doing we're merging all three?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all merge that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all three together.
We'll do all three again?
So moved.
Second.
We have a roll call, please. He's moving quick for me right now.
Mrs. Fritz,
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
Yes.
Ms. Gilch,
Yes.
Ms. Gore,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell,
Yes. Took me 5 years.
Ms. Dentino,
Yes.
I said yes last year.
Mr. Marks?
5 years.
Yes. Mr. Miller, I believe we're going to move on to public comments for your own executive session.
Okay.
I'll open the floor up to any public comments.
Who would have anything to say about this?
I see none. At this time, may I have a motion to go in executive session?
Ooh, that was a lot there. I got Mary Ann.
Anyone else?
Mr. Long, how many items?
One item, it is a legal litigation matter. How long do you think it's going to be? 30, Frank?
I would say no more than that.
No more than 30 minutes, and action may be taken following the executive session.
Thank you, sir. May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilch?
Yes.
Ms. Gore?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Ms. Dentino?
Yes.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
All right. Mayor Jo, can I have your oath? Susan, can I have your oath? Just so I can notarize it, make it official.
I give it to him.
Did you watch her sign that?
I watched it.
I saw it.
You're not the notary.
No?
I watched.
I'd like to call this meeting back to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz?
Here.
Mrs. Galnick?
Here.
Ms. Gibbons? Mr. Gibbons? Mrs. Gilch?
Yes. Here.
Mrs. Gore?
Here.
Mrs. Johnson?
Here.
Ms. O'Donnell?
Here.
Ms. Dentino?
Here.
Mr. Marks?
Here.
We're back in open session.
We're going to move on to old business. Mr. Bildo?
None at this time, Mr. Marks.
New business, Mr. Bildo?
Mr. Marks, there's one item that I would ask for the board to consider, and of course it would need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote. If I could read it in. Resolution, it's one item, reads as follows. The Board of Education authorizes the settlement of a litigation matter between employee number 5068 and the Gloucester Township Board of Education et al. In accordance with the terms of the settlement agreement.
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Fritz?
Yes.
Mrs. Galnick?
Abstain.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilch?
Abstain.
Mrs. Gore?
Abstain.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Ms. Dentino?
Abstain.
Mr. Marks?
Yes.
The motion passes.
At this time, I'll open up for board member comments.
I just want to say congratulations, Anthony. Mayor Joe, congratulations, and I hope we can move forward this year and be here for the right reasons.
Thank you very much. Any other comments?
Congratulations to Anthony and Mary Jo.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year.
He's quite all night.
Oh, and welcome Suzanne, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
I'm
Thank you.
thinking we still have,
Yeah, we know.
Any other? I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. We look forward to a fun year. And may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
so moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.